Ball pass complete to Neal. Gain of 1. Brought down by Wyatt Ramsey. Ball pass complete to Noel. Good enough for a Trojan. Anthony ball pass incomplete. Intended for Jalen Noel. Jerome Quates on coverage. Second down. Yeah.
I don't know who it is, but that's good. Who was it? I don't know.
Halo ball carrier, loss of 4.
Devin Force.
Third down 14. Number 90, Devin Force on the stop.
Yep.
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Third down, 39. Flag on the play. That's an interference on the defense. Resulting in a first down, 1st and 10 for the Trojans on the Titans 12. Ball pass complete to Carey. Short gain. Brought down by Chase Hammond. Second down. pass incomplete. Intended for Samoski. Third down.
Go in that door. Go in the first door.
Ball pass complete to Noel. Fourth down and 3. Pass is complete. Intended for Samoski. Turnover on downs. Number 2. Taylor Wilson. On Galloway. Quarterback keeper. 9-1. Clock down on 90. James River. And then that's it. Score.
Okay, so we're at the quarter here. Yep. Alrighty. Yep. Audio. So I'm in the settings. I have audio preview, sound system, and microphone here. Real tech, high definition audio. Alrighty. Yep, here we go. Alrighty.
And about 4 with the ball at the 11-yard line. They need to get to the 15. Wilson to the right of Cooper and a little in front of him. Back to throw is Sammy. He'll look and makes it to Wilson. Slips a tackle, gets the first down up the right side. Oh, he hurdles another man. before getting forced out of bounds at about the 42. Boy, an official was really creamed on the play, just a little away from the play as the safety was trying to go over and make a stop. Or that was that McCullough kid you were talking about, and then he just slammed him. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans. Cooper back to throw. He will throw on the left side. It is incomplete. Cardell had to go in and out of his hands. He had the opportunity to catch that, but
did you see his eyes? His eyes went downfield.
Yeah.
Before he caught that ball.
Started running before he caught it. It happens. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Longest play from scrimmage. Here we get, I'm not sure what the delay is here. It's an equipment issue by one of the Trojans. Longest play from scrimmage for the year so far was that little play to Wilson 2 plays ago. He'll get the call going up the middle this time. Pretty good hole that time on the 2nd down play. Picks up 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Well, you wanted to know if they'd be able to open up holes. They did at least that play.
They sure did.
Right up the middle. Reese, Lewis, Meisberger, Hernandez, and Halterman up front. The starting 5 on the offensive line for the Titans. 3rd down and 6. They go with trips on the left. Pistol formation. Now man in motion to an H-back on the right side. On play action rolling. Cooper throws, and it's incomplete. Just a little overthrown to Donahoe. He's that linebacker you were talking about converted to a fullback. And unfortunately, Sammy led him just a little bit too much, and it'll set up a punting situation. So Cooper standing back at about his 30, maybe 31 for his 2nd punt of the game. The Titans have punted twice. You know, they only had 1 offensive possession to the Titans in that entire 1st quarter. I take that back.
They had
1.5.
Yeah.
Well, 1.5. Ooh, low snap. Fielded by Cooper. Not much of a kick, though. He did a good job to get it off at all. And it is downed by the Titans at about the 28. 10:48 left to go here, 1st half. Still no score.
Tell you what, he had good baseball skills right there, scooping that baby.
Yeah, he could be a shortstop. What position does he play?
I want to say outfield.
Got to be a pitcher if he's a quarterback, doesn't he?
I don't think he is.
Well, I imagine he makes a pretty strong throw from left field to home then.
Yes.
Or center or wherever it is he plays. All right, so the Trojans take over on their own 29 is where they mark the ball. 1st and 10, 3rd offensive possession for them. They've moved the football, but the Titans have come up with a couple of big stops when all was said and done as Neal gets the carry on the left side, good for maybe a yard, 2nd and 9. The Titans have been guilty of giving up some yardage via the penalty, but they have managed to come up with a big 4th down stop in the last.
I tell you what, the quarterback's doing something to get us to flinch. I don't know if he's saying something.
On the snap, the give again. Neal up the middle and makes a good cut. Finds himself an opening and picks up the 12 yards or so to the 42. And it'll be maybe 11-yard gain. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Quick move again, right up to the line come the Trojans, and a quick snap. Hall back to throw, throwing near side, incomplete, but Cahill's going to get another interference call. It's intended for Noel, and there was a little contact. It was one of those things where I mean, Cahill was really going for the football and incidentally ran into the player, but you just can't do that.
I would call that one over the one.
Yeah. That one was more of a
Right.
a clear call, and it was also, I don't know whether it was catchable or not. Noel really wasn't even looking back for it. It was a quickly thrown ball. Actually, they're called. It looks like that we've got two. We've got an offsetting penalty situation
Ineligible
because
guy.
they've had a guy downfield. Apparently, one of their linemen got himself too far down. Either that, or they had a formation in which one of their wideouts turned out to be ineligible. That is to say, a slot guy. Sometimes teams will be guilty of that.
Yeah, they will.
And then
especially with so many different formations,
Right.
not knowing who's on, who's off.
And they move around and stuff like that. And if the guy just doesn't get up to the line, it can either be an illegal formation or it can be a situation where a guy that's sitting in a slot is actually ineligible. So it'll be 1st and 10 after the offsetting penalties, and on play action, intercepted Frederickson. He cuts across the 35 down to the 30. Stiff arms a man to the 25, pulled down by Noel as he got near the 20. First turnover of the season goes the Titans' way as Shane Frederickson steps up. And it was an overthrown ball.
It was.
By Hall, but he still did a good job. We talked about
like that seam route again.
Well, and we talked about it before, in the last chance where you said if he had his head on a swivel, he might have had it 6. Well, that time he did.
He did.
And stepped right up and took it out of the air and gives the Titans their best offensive field position of the season at the Trojan 21. 9:52 left to go in this first half. And we'll see what Sammy Cooper and company can do here. This is the first time they've gotten well deep into the Trojan territory, albeit off of a turnover. Cooper, toss, Wilson, and he's hitting the backfield and knocked down for about a 7-yard loss. Nice penetration by Miles, the outside linebacker, who came up, read that play well. It was just intended as a simple toss sweep. And unfortunately for the Titans, they had more rushers than they had blockers. He came in pretty much untouched. Now it's the Titans' turn to come up to the line quickly. They've got 4 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Empty backfield for Cooper. Takes the snap, looking left, throws. Oh, it hits Wilson, and it's intercepted. Yes, intercepted. Gathright on the tip drill. It went right off of Wilson's helmet.
It did.
Popped up in the air, and Gathright dove, and the Titans giveth right after they taketh away.
Doggone it, tough break.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 20 for the Trojans. Actually, they'll put it at the 19. That was just a bit of unlucky. I don't know about Wilson.
Did
whether
he turn around quick enough?
I think he just never saw it. Like you said, his head came around and it went right through his hands, went off his helmet, popped up enough in the air to give Gathright a chance to dive under it. And so the teams trade interceptions. Hall back out, give to Carey, left side, and he was taken down after a gain of maybe 2 on a decent play that time as Carson Peck able to step up and get the hit from the linebacker position following the play. Second down, about 8. From the Trojan 31. Give again left side. And carry again, and also taken down by Peck, but this time able to carry it a little bit further. He'll be close to a first down, maybe a yard or 2 short.
Yeah, he was carrying tacklers with him there.
And again, the Trojans get up to the line quick. The Titans really not ready as they give it to right up the middle to Neal. And he'll get that first down across the 30 to about the 32. The Titans have not responded well to the quick pace offense of the Trojans.
Looks like they're dragging just a little bit.
Yeah. a little inattentive, I would say. Now, the Trojans are not playing hurry up. They're just getting to the line quick. And then sometimes they'll snap quickly. Sometimes they'll look over to the sideline, get a play, and so on. In this case, Hall will throw. He's got a man, Noel, overthrew him by about 3 yards. Boy, he's got some jets, doesn't he?
He does.
He turned them on right there at the end of that play. Made Cahill look like he was running in sand, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That was a nice route he ran, too.
It is. It was. Not, unfortunately for him, not a especially good throw by Hall.
No.
It's not that Andrew is not a fast runner. You know, Cahill, and he is. I think that just took him by surprise. Noel, I don't think he'd seen him run like that yet. On the second down play, give up the middle carry, big hole, and he will get a first down and more. All the way up to the Trojan 46. Pickup of about 16 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 Trojans. Again, quickly up to the line. Hall with carry to his right, fakes to him, throws over the middle. He's got a man. Noel caught. This will be 6 to the 10, 5, touchdown. Well, they've been playing with fire all game long as far as poorly thrown balls by Hall, and that time he laid it in there. He just put enough air under it to allow for Noel to run under it, and made the catch and went to the house.
They read that perfect, too. They saw how they burned him the first time.
Yep.
And they came back and said that we can get him.
Well, the key to it was not even just the fact that they were able to burn him the one time, but the fact that he had no safety help. The safety that was there was further behind the play than he was. Extra point attempt. Snap back, ball down, kick up. And I don't think he got it, did he? No good. I think it may have been tipped on the way through. So 6-0 is our score. We'll step aside and then come back for the ensuing kickoff after this. 7:23 to go, first quarter. 6-0 for the Trojans on Titan Football, a presentation of Ackport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Welcome back out to Preston Field here at Park Hill High School. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Boehm. Lee Summit West and Park Hill Trojans on top of the Titans 6-0. On a long pitch and catch from Anthony Hall to Jalen Noel.
Not too bad for a junior quarterback right there.
Nope.
First year playing for him.
Grant Pella, the kicker for the Trojans, has the ball teed up just off the right hash mark. Line drive kick, and it will bounce, and it was fielded and just in front of the line, so they are going to allow them to return it. And it'll get out to about the 20-yard line. And that is where the Titans will take over 1st and 10. Well, it was, when he came, I thought for sure that ball was going to go into the end zone. It would have gone in if he had not caught it, But I thought he caught it and his legs were in the end zone, but the ball was apparently just a hair out.
That was Brian Heaney.
Was it?
Uh-huh.
I was wondering about that. Does a great job on those KU broadcasts. Cooper from the pistol, and it's a give to Wilson up the middle. He was hit at the line. Might have gotten a half a yard or so. And it'll be 2nd down and long from there. Clock running with 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Titans on the run pass option. It'll be Cooper keeping it. And he goes off left tackle across the 20 to about the 24. And he'll set up a 3rd and 6. And now it's the Titans' turn to go with some pace on offense. Quickly up to the line. Twins on either side. Wilson in the backfield to the left. Back to throw Cooper. Looking left side. He's throwing for Cardell. And a great defensive play by McCullough to break that up because he had Trevor.
He did.
By about a step, but McCullough was able to get a hand on it and knock it out of the way at the last second. And the Titans will go 3 and out. Not what you want to see. So that technically is 6 points off a turnover for the Titans and then a 3 and out on the ensuing play.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, right there, that proves that Sammy's got a good strong arm.
Yeah. He put it in a good position, although if he could have put just a little more air under it, giving Trevor a chance to run under it and get it over that corner. Sammy standing back at his own 10-yard line, about a high snap. They come after him. He gets it away, and it takes a good Titan bounce inside the 35, and it'll be down at the 34. So, interesting, you know, the Titans have had 3 punts now, and in the first one, they ran into him. They declined the penalty, but they did run into him. The second one, they had that sort of rolling snap, and they didn't really go after him. And he got the punt off. And then this time they come after him again, possibly thinking that there was going to be another bad snap. And the snap was a little high.
That's what scared me.
And but he got it off pretty. But it was interesting, though, that the coach apparently, whether it's a special team coach or head coach, was not too concerned about them running into him again. Because, you know, of course, if they had, again, it would have just been 5 yards and a re-kick most likely. I don't think they would have gone for it. They're in case you're wondering about the delay right now, they're taking their water break again. First 4 games of the season in Missouri.
I thought it was 3.
Is it 3? I thought it was 4, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I never know what they're doing at Misha.
The Joel, you're never wrong.
I know, it's a curse. Anyway, but during it used to be during September, but since they started doing games in August, they doesn't always count that way. But anyway, so they stop halfway through each quarter for a water break. That's a good thing, though. Even on a cool night like tonight.
Right.
Empty backfield this time for Hall. We'll see if they want to give him. They give it on is Samborski on the end around, sort of jet sweep. And he'll pick up about 8, as he did get around the end.
Yeah, and I tell you what, on that jet sweep, their blocking schemes, you could call holding on those offensive linemen all night long.
Well, I can't.
You can't?
No, I don't have a flag.
Oh, jeez.
And the people that do have them have decided not to. A bit of a tip drill on the snap. Neal actually fields it, but he was hit almost immediately. No gain. It'll set up a 3rd and short. Weird play there. That was obviously intended to go to him anyway. But it was kind of weird. He went up to Hall. He tipped off of his hand, and Neal just grabbed it out of midair. So it'll be 3rd down, about 2. Hall from the shotgun hands it off to Neal, looking for an opening. And a good job by the Titans of swarming over. And it'll actually be a loss on the play of about a yard and set up a 4th down and 3.
That's a little confusion there.
Interesting that
you just scored on a touchdown pass, and you haven't thrown the ball yet.
But I'm surprised also that they're quickly going for it here. They got the lead, and the Titans did stop them on a 4th and 5, although it was their own fault for not catching the pass. And now I think we're going to get a timeout by the Titans. And yeah, it is the Titans calling the timeout with 5:03 left to go in the half. This is a big potential stop here. You never know. They may change their mind on the 4th down play when they come out after the timeout. But I don't know. I mean, you're close to midfield, and I understand that. And your team did give the Titans the ball on the 22-yard line, and they gave it right back. So you're not really fearing the Titans' offense if you're the Trojans right now. Yeah, but I would play the field position game if I'm the Trojans here.
I think that's why Vinny called timeout right there, to make sure that they got the right defense set up for last offensive
right. That's what
formation they saw.
I think that the Titans are capable, certainly, of stopping them here on 4th and 3. It's not like the Trojans are some powerhouse that that 3 yards is a guarantee. They've been dropping balls, and the Titans have been able to stop short yardage type runs.
Quick slant.
Of course, once earlier in the game on this sort of situation, the quarterback took a few steps back and did a quick kick.
Quick slant to the number 3 receiver this side.
We'll see what they do. They've got more players than they need. They're going to toss it to Noel on the left side, and he gets the first down. He was met by Cahill. It was a pretty good tackle, but it was not until after he'd gotten past the yard to get. And that'll move the chains 1st and 10. Didn't make it by much, but got it by maybe 2 yards. Still on the Trojan side of the first of the midfield stripe. On their own 46. Give to Neal up the middle. He finds himself a hole and gets up to that midfield stripe. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Neal is clearly the back that likes to find his holes.
He does.
And he's done a good job of it in this game. Back to throw Hall, looking left side, throws over the middle, incomplete. Again, looking for Noel, who has suddenly become his favorite target.
He sure has. And if he would have taken a little bit off that, it could have been another touch 6.
Or if you overthrew him. It was more so, not so much how much he put on him, but he really got the angle a little wrong. Because he had that inside position, so he didn't really need to lead him that much. He could have just laid it right in there. Well, it looked like the Titans might have, but no. And there's a guy right there, and he stepped on the line, but the ball is actually behind the line, so I think it was a good call. Back to throw on 3rd down, throwing incomplete, as it was intended for Samborski, and good coverage over there. Is that Cardell out playing defensive back?
No, Chase Hammond.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Thought for a minute it was 25, but it's 22. First game for us, too.
Yeah.
And so now, interestingly enough, it's 4th and 6, and they're going to go into their punt formation. So to me, it's like if you were going to go for it from the 40, from your own 40, why wouldn't you go for it from the midfield stripe?
I know.
Of course, there's always the possibility of a fake. But like I said, I wouldn't have done it the first time. High snap. And a spiral line drive punt will bounce, and it was taken and knocked out of bounds immediately. Fredrickson. Oh, and then he comes up and has a couple of words with the man who gave him the shot, Glasgow, and a flag comes out. So I'm guessing he's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct call, which makes a difference from the perspective that you only get 2. They're actually calling it unnecessary roughness and not unsportsmanlike conduct, which does make a difference.
Oh, wait, they changed it.
What did they change it to?
Pointing back to Park Hill.
So
no, maybe offsetting?
Maybe they did. Yeah, maybe they decided both. No, they're going to walk it off against Park Hill, unless they're going to walk it off both ways. I've seen them do that before. I never understood that, but they do it. But I think, we weren't down there. The official was right over there. It could have been something that was said as opposed to something that, maybe they just said it was, thought he hit him out of bounds, because that's what he was upset about. It could have just been a late hit out of bounds. So that break for the Titans takes them from their 10 up to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Lee Summit West trailing by 6-0 with 4:10 left to go. Cooper makes a good field on that snap, but then a toss to Wilson, and they blew the play dead. Wilson was still running with it at the time, but he had apparently gotten a knee down.
Do you think that was a little? I thought he was still on his feet.
Well, he sure did too.
I thought that was a quick whistle.
Yeah. Good play by Cooper just to field the snap in the first place. Throws over the middle, and it's intercepted. That was a broken play, you could say. Shrek, just playing center field, made that interception, but I don't know who he was going to. But I think he felt the footsteps. You had Reichert coming in from just totally untouched from a linebacker position.
And the guy that was over the middle was triple covered.
Yeah, that's chalk that up to a learning experience for Sammy Cooper. Hopefully he'll learn not to do that anymore. But I think he just panicked. He saw a linebacker coming in unguarded. He knew he had to get rid of the ball. And sometimes as a quarterback, especially in your first few games, you don't realize where the ball might go. You know, he probably knew he was, because he threw it over that, like you said, he's throwing into triple coverage. I think he threw it over him intentionally, but sometimes you forget there are other guys out there.
Right.
Well, I'm just speculating. Toss to Noel on the wide receiver screen. Cahill makes the tackle up at around the 30, but that's good for almost a first down right there. Second turnover, and it is good for a first down right at the 30-yard line. Second turnover for the Titans. The Trojans cashed in on the first one with 6 points. They lead at 6-0. Give to Carey up the middle. He made a nice little sidestep move to find the hole and picks up 9.
Nice gain up the middle. Number 41, Eric Carey. Gain of 9. Ball down by number 6, Jerome Grace.
It'll be 2nd and 1.
Titan defense really needs to get big right here.
They do. They are thrown back on the field quicker than they had hoped. It'll be a give to Carey, and a good job on the tackle by Benedetti, who had good positioning, but it's still going to be good enough for a first down. He only needed a yard or so. And with 3 minutes left to go in the half, 1st and 10 in the red zone here for the Trojans at the Titan 18. Titans looking like a tired team right now.
They are.
Twins on the left. It's a give. Carey looking for a hole and hit and tackled across the 15 down to about the 14. It'll be 2nd down from there. 2nd and about 6. Trojans have been keeping it on the ground in this possession after the interception. Man in motion, Noel. They fake to him. Little Statue of Liberty to Carey up the middle. Bounces off a couple tackles and gets inside the 10 down to near the 5. It'll be good for a first down, 1st and goal from about the 6. As the Trojans knock on the door again. Oh, Carey fell down as he was trying to get himself into position and ends up on the wing back. They give it to Neal up the middle. He's hit at the line, bounces off the tackle, gets inside the 5 down to maybe the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. A good job of swarm tackling by the Titans, but again, they had the opportunity to do something about it at the very beginning and couldn't stick it at first anyway.
No, not at all. But again, that swarm tackling's really helping out right there. Big stand right here.
92 seconds to go, and it is a give. Noel trying to get around the left end. He does. Into the end zone. Touchdown. 2nd time for Jalen Noel as he caught a touchdown pass, and now this time it's a touchdown run.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Minute 15 left to go in the first half. Titans down by a pair of scores, 12-0 with the 2-point conversion upcoming. They go from the pistol with Neal, the deep back. Twins on either side. Now Neal moves off to the right. Man in motion is Samborski. They give it to Neal, sidesteps, hit tackled, and the conversion fails. So, with a minute 15 to go in the first half, the Trojans strike again, but do fail on the conversion, so it's a 12-0 game. Still 2 scores. We'll take a break, come back for the kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football Presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Welcome back out here to Preston Field. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain. You know, earlier we congratulated our executive producer, EP Mark Files, on becoming a granddaddy shortly. Also wanted to thank the new kid, our intern this year.
What about the pup?
Ethan.
The pup.
Who has taken over in that position, helping out producing. Kickoff. Straight down the middle at about the 5. It was dropped, now picked up. Trying to go right side up to the 15 and out to the 20, 21-yard line. Good job.
Nice job.
To at least get out of harm's way out to the 23. You know, with 67 seconds left to go, the Titans, I believe, have 2 timeouts. Kind of curious to see what they try and do here. If they, go for, they're down 2 scores at 12-0. And they do have a kid in Sammy Cooper with an arm. And they've got some targets. We'll see if they play conservative. They're starting. Wilson to the left, shotgun formation, twins on either side. Cooper back to throw, looking left side, now will go to the right side, over the middle, incomplete. And again, almost intercepted. As he was looking for Russo, the pass was a little high and a little wide. And again, we had a prevent type defense with a center fielder out there that made an attempt but couldn't quite get it. 2nd and 10, minute 2 left to go. Of course, the problem with the 3 and out in this sort of a situation, if it's all incomplete passes, is you're giving the Trojans some time as well.
Right.
Back to throw, trying to set up the screen. Incomplete. And I tell you what, Wilson was just slammed. He is slow in getting up, and now there's a flag. Do they have a defenseless receiver rule in high school?
He was behind the line of scrimmage. Though.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know exactly what the rules are. Wilson is definitely feeling that hit. And the other thing you could say is he definitely was leading with his, the crown of the helmet.
Right.
But again, I don't know what the rules are in high school as far as, in college that would probably be an ejection. But I don't think they have that rule. There is a flag down, though. Wilson's up, and he looks like he's going to walk off under his own power, limping a little bit. No, they're calling a personal foul on the Titans.
On Cardell.
What did he do? Did you see?
Well, I thought he was drug out of bounds.
Well, he never made the catch. It was an incomplete pass. Unless he pointed the wrong direction. Now they're having a discussion, the officials. Personal foul against the Titans. They are. I don't know what they did. I didn't see it.
Oh, honestly,
the only other possibility was that maybe they said, because after he dropped the ball, one of the Trojans picked it up, and I think he got tackled. Unless they saying, he got tackled after the whistles had blown.
But the flag was thrown right here on the sideline.
Yeah, that's what I was. I don't know what. I can't even imagine. So 15-yard penalty, 3rd down. How much you want to bet we see a running play here? And it is that give up the middle, and it's Surratt with the run. I think the Trojans did call the timeout. This is 4th down. PA guy said third down, but he missed one. Because it's 4th and a ton. I wonder if maybe he thought that because of that personal foul, it stayed the same down, but it was a post-play foul, so it didn't. Interesting for the Trojans, though, up 12-0 to go ahead and call that timeout.
Well, that's how much confidence they have.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that because you never know on plays like this. Obviously, the Titans are going to punt the ball away. They may come after him, but really right now they should get pretty good field positions. The Titans are kicking into the wind, but at the same time, you and I have seen enough of this football to know that anything can happen on punts, and you are taking the chance that you might be. Like, for example, if there's a muffed punt and the Titans end up with it, you'd be giving them a chance to still have some time to actually get something done.
Oh, my gosh.
Now the Titans are going to call timeout. I don't know if they did that because of the guy running on the field later, if they just...
They were without two guys.
Okay, so the one guy that ran on the field was not enough.
No.
Okay. By the way,
first game jitters.
You were asking before about somebody complaining that your mic. It's because sometimes you turn it away from your mouth.
No, it's not my fault.
I didn't say it was.
Yes, you did.
Okay, it was your fault. Just was giving you a little instruction.
Thanks, Joel.
I could bring Ethan in here.
Stay in there, Ethan.
All right, after the timeout, Cooper is standing. They may have called that timeout because they were wondering whether or not they were going to get a rush. Oh, bad punt.
Bad punt.
Almost came in here.
Wow.
Shanked it off the side. They did come after him to a degree, not a lot.
And you know what? And he started floating to the left.
Yeah. It looked like he was going to do one of those sort of rugby-style kicks,
Boy, I tell you what, we got away with it. Because that ball came out, it looked like it came out about the 20.
Well, I thought it was going to go backwards at
I
first.
know.
There was more wind, it might have. So, depending on their kicker, they could be in field goal range right now. 41 seconds left to go in the half. So it turned out to be a good call as far as calling that timeout for the Trojans.
Well, do you think
they have one left.
Think they're going to put it in the air?
I don't know. Looks like they are. Back to throw over the middle, and almost interception. Fredrickson had it right in his hands. I'm sorry, not Fredrickson. That was Peck. Right in his hands, and just dropped it. That is one of the worst feelings.
It is.
Every sport has their, that kind of a thing. In baseball where you get that fastball right down the middle and you miss.
Right. In
hockey, you have the tap in and you put it wide or hit the post or something. But in football, it's, right in your hands. Back to throw. Throwing right side. And this one is intercepted. Picked off. Again, basically playing center field. That was Jerome Grace. And goes out of bounds at the Titans 4. So with 32 seconds, do the Titans try and go 96 yards?
You know what? Field of possession where it's sitting there right now, I'd go to Victory O.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Ball's on about the 3. You'd set up in the Victory and then fake it.
No. It's Victory O.
You'd set a fake punt up, even though it's first down.
They get the ball coming out.
First down, you'd drop a guy back in a punting formation and then fake it.
Joel, tell me what they're running.
Victory formation. So Cooper will take a knee down at the 1. I wonder if the Trojans do have a timeout. They could.
No.
They could actually make them snap it again.
Don't do it.
I don't think they will. Boy, this is the time of the game where we really miss Mark Files not being here.
I know, because it's time for him to take over.
That's right. We're going to have to do it ourselves. Maybe we should bring Ethan in.
I think so. Come on, Ethan.
That's the end of the first half. And boy, Lee Summit West not getting a whole lot done in the first 24 minutes of football here at Preston Field. They trail it 12-0 after the first half of play is over. We'll take a break, come back with your halftime show coming up after this on Titan Football. Presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage, 810varsity.com.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and KC Cryo in Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. KC Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at KC Cryo in Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
Core Civic is proud to support Lansing Athletics. Core Civic is America's leader in partnership corrections, operating over 60 facilities in nearly half of all states. Learn more about Core Civic job opportunities at corecivic.com. You can apply for a rewarding position as a correctional officer, a nurse, or a school teacher, just to name a few. Your next career could be in corrections with Core Civic. Visit corecivic.com. That's corecivic.com.
Are you looking for a heartwarming and unique gift? Consider master storyteller David Lewis's Memories CD collection. Warm memories of the cold. 9 of David's best memories of sleds, snow, grandpa on ice, 34 degrees below, skates, and Christmas. Hooves, paws, wings, and claws. 13 recollections of cats, horses, dogs, birds, a misguided vet, and a bobcat that stuck to the wall. Just folks. 13 memories of the Witch in the Woods and other captivating people, gone but not forgotten. And you had to be there. 14 heartwarming tales like Fantasy on the Porch, An Ox Out of His Box, A Foot Fetish Catfish, and more. Recollecting times, places, people, and events in David's life you simply have to hear for yourself. David's CDs are available online at memoriescds.com. You can hear audio clips at the website. That's memoriescds.com. Why not buy the gift that can be enjoyed over and over? David Lewis's Memories CD collection, a touch of the heartland for your family.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
The year was 1881, and young Reuben Baylor was making his way along near the Missouri River, finding work when he could and living the only life he knew. But when he come on old Arliss Height, beat to hell and near shot to death, Rube done what he could for him. He didn't know that act of kindness was going to wind up changing his whole life, but it did. Green as grass, Rube was a long way from being any kind of pistolier or shootist, but when Marshal Marion Daniels come on him and needed help with the Duncan bunch for what they'd done to Arliss, that tussle growed Rube up right quick. He stopped drifting, found friends worth looking up to, and a young woman that was right admirable.
Deer Run Trail by David Lewis. Available as an e-audiobook at audible.com.
Welcome back out here to Preston Field. Joel Becker and Coach Royce Boehm. We are at halftime with Lee Summit West and the Park Hill Trojans. Titans trailing 12-0 in this game. And we're still waiting for word from our EP, Mark Files, as to whether or not he's a granddaddy yet. So we can congratulate him and let the rest of Lee Summit West Nation know.
Allie, we're thinking of you, girl. Hang in there. Man, they induced her at 10:30 yesterday morning.
Yeah. And it didn't even make any difference.
No.
They're still going to go in.
Yep. Sounds like they have changed it to go with the C-section, too.
So we are at halftime. It's 12-0. Not a whole lot of offense out of the Titans. So Royce Bame has all your stats.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I tell you what, Mark.
By the way, thanks, Mark, for the 20-minute halftime here where you're not even here.
Oh, so we get to talk about all kinds of things.
We can just play. We can play the band.
Your son's here, Mark.
There you go.
He told me to tell you hi. Love you, Allie.
Should put him on.
Yeah.
Talk about all of his. No, not you can talk to him. There.
There we go. Get on there. Let's talk about somebody.
Ask him what he thinks about being an uncle.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, now appearing is Taylor Files.
You know, being an uncle, one small step forward, just learning, growing a little bit.
There you go.
One step at a time, yeah. I don't know. It's a place I've never been before, so we're going to learn, definitely.
That's going to be awesome.
You know what he's really thinking?
What's that?
Better her than me.
This is true. She is married and I'm not.
She is married, got a good job.
Right, working a lot harder than I am, that's for sure.
Not that you don't have a good job.
This is true.
You got a good job. No.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. But Noah had some good news come our way today. Evan was traded by the Colts to the Miami Dolphins. So he's heading down to South Beach right now.
Now, is the wife and the dog going too, or?
The wife and the dog, I think, are staying in Indianapolis.
Okay.
And then I think they're going to put Evan up in a hotel right now down in Miami, and then.
Might want to wait a couple days to go.
I know. They're going to have to detour around that hurricane down there in Miami, or in Florida.
Definitely.
But no, good stuff for him. Glad he's secured there now. And, of course, my other one, Tyler, he's senior year down at Missouri State. Going to graduate. Had a great internship this summer with CBiz and did a real good job. And, in fact, got a scholarship for the work that he did there this summer. So that really helps mom and dad out.
Cool. Appreciate it. Thanks to Taylor for stepping in for just a minute there, helping us out.
Hey, you know what?
You didn't ask him at all about what he's doing for the team or any of that stuff.
Oh, get him back on there. Come on.
You need to put him on the spot more.
I know. Ethan, you're next. All right. T-Dog, we see you sitting next door to us here. You got your own little computer.
I do,
you're looking at
yeah.
the screen. What are you doing over there, bud?
I'm helping Coach Sterling coordinate the film a little bit, so mainly just live tagging, down and distance for him, ODK, special teams.
So that he didn't have to do that tonight?
Exactly, saving him a little bit of time. I'm kind of just helping Coach Stepanski out a little bit, just helping him with the technology piece, trying to save him time and maybe a little bit of a headache, but we'll see.
Could you help him count a little bit, maybe?
Oh.
How many times so far in that first
He teaches
half
PE, not math.
Like special teams plays?
Nah, I mean, it'll work out. One day at a time. First game jitters, right?
Oh, it is. And you can see it.
That's why Royce has no hair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Too
Good
many
stuff.
first games.
So many first games. You coached for what? 30-plus years?
30 years,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And the best 12 was right here at Lee Summit West.
Cool. There you go. All right, well, let's go ahead and take another break. We are at halftime here at Preston Field, the Lee Summit West Titans and Park Hill Trojans. Trojans on top in this one. It is a 12-0 score. We'll take a break and come back with more coming up after this on Titan Football, presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
As time goes by, life seems to get more and more hectic. If you'd like to escape for a moment, the good old days are alive and well on the internet at heartlandmemories.com. At heartlandmemories.com, nationally award-winning writer David Lewis brings you memories of his life and times in the heartland of America. David's vocal style and masterful storytelling can often weave laughter and tears in the same tale, with his poignant and humorous recollections of days past. There was a time when we didn't Twitter, tweet, and email. That time is still doing fine at heartlandmemories.com. Canoe whitewater, beat the sun to the top of the hill, play baseball, jump in a pond with a horse, have Christmas dinner with Aunt Myrna, meet some real old-timers. You can. It's not too late. Spend a little time with David Lewis at heartlandmemories.com. Relax for a while. The good old days are waiting for you.
Oh, shoot. What's the matter, Pop? Your mother's off at Taekwondo practice, and she says she wants me to find a hobby by this summer.
Well, why not play baseball, Dad?
Softball? I don't want to play softball.
Not softball, Dad. Baseball.
I don't even like softball,
Dad,
son, the way they
Dad,
just toss the ball in there.
Dad.
You know, I used to be a catcher.
Dad.
In softball, I just feel like a backstop.
Dad.
What?
I'm not talking about softball. I'm talking about baseball, Dad. You know, hardball.
Really? They have baseball for people my age?
Sure, Pop. The Kansas City Men's Senior Baseball League.
Well, now, I'm no spring chicken anymore, son. I don't want to play with all you young teenagers, you know.
I'm 35, Pop.
You are?
They have leagues for people both our ages. They have 18 and over, 28 and over, even 38 and over leagues.
Wonder if I still have my old mitt.
The Kansas City Men's Senior Baseball League, 913-649-2942.
I think your mother used it while training those tigers.
Call them. They'll get you all signed up. 913-649-2942.
649-2942. Good. As soon as your mother gets home from bungee jumping, I'll tell her.
Oh, great, Pop. She'll be so happy.
Oh.
What?
Well, when she gets happy, she might take it out on me.
Oh, Dad.
Core Civic is proud to support Lansing Athletics. Core Civic is America's leader in partnership corrections, operating over 60 facilities in nearly half of all states. Learn more about Core Civic job opportunities at corecivic.com. You can apply for a rewarding position as a correctional officer, a nurse, or a school teacher, just to name a few. Your next career could be in corrections with Core Civic. Visit corecivic.com. That's corecivic.com.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started.
Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and KC Cryo and Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. KC Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at KC Cryo and Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Preston Field. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bay, Lee Summit West football. Titans taking on the Park Hill Trojans, trailing 12-0 here at halftime. Other scores from around right now that we know of anyway. Ruskin on top of Belton, 12-0 at half. Let's see, Blue Springs, 27-6 over William Chrisman. Well, you gotta love this. Suddenly I get there and now my phone won't scroll. So I'm restarting the app. So let's see here. Go ahead. Oh, I turned your thing off. Go ahead.
Oh, why'd you turn me off? Okay, that's fine.
Because you had left for a minute.
Okay, I got it.
I didn't know where you were going. Why won't it scroll here? I just don't know. Whoops. Live scoring. What else do we know? Let's see. Boy, these are some far out. I'm getting like, Boonville and Pleasant Hill and
What's
Cameron.
the score that one?
It's 14-7 Boonville.
Whoa.
Let's see. I'll give you the time. It's at half. Cameron's on top of Northeast, 51-3. That's in the fourth quarter. Well, how can they? We're at halftime. I think we're in the fourth quarter. St. Joe Lafayette 40-0 over Clinton. Pembroke Hill 19-0 over El Dorado Springs. Raytown South and Fort O. That's a pretty good game. 14-11 at the half.
Ray South?
Ray South.
Wow.
Kearney and Harrisonville knotted up at 6.
Well, that was a tough one there. Their head football coach just retired last week. And the D coordinator took over for them down there.
Talking Kearney?
At Harrisonville.
At Harrisonville. Okay. Kearney's always got a good team. Kansas City Central and Center. Center's got them 47-0 in the second quarter there. Knob Nostra 43-6 over Versailles. Lathrop and Trenton. Everybody's got to be on their edge of the seats for that. 28-0 Lathrop. Oak Grove 21-7 over Lawson. Here's another Lee Summit score. Lee Summit North 7-3 over Liberty North. They're in the third quarter there, just underway in the second half. Liberty is leading Lee Summit 7-0. That's also a halftime score.
Liberty's leading Lee Summit?
Yep.
7-0?
7-0. Let's see. North Kansas City 21-8 over Grandview. Hornets going to have a good year this year?
You know what? I saw the coach on the sideline at the Chiefs preseason game. He was doing an internship with the Kansas City Chiefs this summer, and he said that, you know what, winning is very contagious. And having a good season last year brought some more kids out for him there at North Kansas City, and he's excited about what this season is going to bring for him.
Park Hill District fans will be interested to know Ray-Pec and Park Hill South. Won't be happy to know, but they'll be interested to know Ray-Pec 28-0 over Park Hill South. That game is still in the second quarter.
Yeah, I heard that Ray-Pec could be a sleeper this year.
Doesn't sound like they're going to be well known
after this one.
Blue Springs South 21-11 over Raytown. That game is at the half. Columbia Rockbridge 7-6 over Rockhurst at halftime.
Whoa.
Wonder what the Hawklets are supposed to be like this year.
I don't know. Sevy's made his announcement. He's retiring after this year, so I'm sure he's going to put his heart and soul into getting Rock back to the state championship.
Moberly is playing Sedalia Smith Cotton 35-14 Moberly at half. So if I'm not, I may be mistaken, but I don't think so. If I'm not mistaken, at some point this year, Sedalia Smith Cotton is going to get a visit from Free State in Lawrence.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm assuming that they were the state runners-up last year, and that's not going to be good for Sedalia, is it?
No, it's not.
I wouldn't think. I don't know how that got on the schedule, but let's see. Smithville 20-0 over St. Joe Central in the second quarter there. St. Joe Benton trailing Winnetonka 27-13 at half. Odessa 49-0 over St. Pius. Staley and Truman 21-0 Staley at the half. We get to play Staley later on this year along with Fort O.
And Columbia Rockbridge.
Yep. The important thing is we don't have to go to Columbia this year for a change. Although, I don't know, little Shakespeare pizza sounds like a good thing. I mean, you like tacos.
Yes.
I'm okay with the little pizza. So anyway, teams are making their way back onto the field. We're about 2 or 3 minutes away from the second half. The Titans, obviously, not able to put any points on the board in that first half, but it wasn't just a matter of them not putting points on the board. They really did not move the ball much.
No, they didn't.
They had one opportunity after an interception where they had the ball 1st and 10 on the 21, and they promptly turned the ball right back over. There was two turnovers the Titans are guilty of, and that actually turned into all 12 points, didn't they?
It did. It did. And we had a since we didn't have Mark here, we were trying to guess the first downs, and we were saying maybe 3 in the first half for the Titans.
Something like that.
Also, you can tell that Park Hill, Coach Hood, is double covering Cardell.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because now Sammy used to be that other threat, and with him at quarterback, they haven't shown that they've got another threat there at wide receiver.
They need. It's not that they don't have tools here, though.
No.
They just need to establish somebody else in the offense, and he's targeted Russo once or twice, but I don't think he's completed a pass to him. In fact, our biggest pass catcher other than Cardell has been Wilson.
Out of the backfield.
So, I don't know. The Titans, they deferred after the coin toss, so they're going to get the ball to start off this second half. But, without a big, long run back, assuming that they have typical field position, say between the 20 and 35, say, to start off, they have not shown the ability that they'd be able to drive down. They need to do that. They need to establish that, or we're looking at a long second half.
Yes. No, that's why this first series is huge.
So we shall see whether or not they can come up with anything or not. As I said, both teams are on the field, and we're just waiting to get set and go here in this third quarter of play. The Titans trailing 12-0. Second half begins when we come back here on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and KC Cryo and Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. KC Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at KC Cryo and Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Briar Payne Mead Insurance in Kansas City today at bpminsurance.com or call 913-402-9576. That's 913-402-9576 and ask about Auto Owners Insurance today.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Welcome back out here to Preston Field at Park Hill High School. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Mame. Lee Summit West Titan football. Titans trailing the Trojans here from Park Hill 12-0 as we're set to go for the second half of play. And like you said, this opening drive going to be a big one. And it occurs to me that we have gone through an entire half of football, and Coordinator Edwards has not done anything that you would call to be
tricky.
Yeah. Which is a little unusual for him, isn't it?
Very much. But I think he's got a little bit more on his hands trying to establish.
Well, I mean, again, based on the fact that we have, seen them have fewer than the normal players that they needed on special teams a few times. They've had some, issues with confusion on offense or whatever. He may feel like they're just not ready to do anything like that, although that's never stopped him in the past.
Right. Man, I tell you what, Joel, this is a slow game. It's already 8:40.
And we haven't even started the second half. Yeah. It's taken... Wow. As I mentioned before, the Titans won the toss and deferred. And so they obviously are going to receive here. The first couple of kicks, they have angled it away from Wilson and toward Brian Haney. He is not back deep this time, as Wilson is over there along with Grace. And the kick is going to go to Grace at the 5, and he drops it. Picks it up at the 10, eludes one tackler, hit at the 15, and then smacked at the 16. So as we talked about, the Titans starting from not especially great field position.
No, it's not. But then once again, trouble handling the ball on the kickoff. So.
Yep.
And that frustrates a coach so much.
Yep. What's your opinion on Stickum? Remember the movie The Replacements?
Yes.
You gotta love. What are they gonna do? Throw you in football jail? You remember that? All right, Cooper out there from the pistol formation, and the give is to Wilson. Trying right tackle. He gets a pretty good hole. Hits it in a hurry. Gets across the 20 to the 22.
Nice little hole open there by the offensive line.
Pickup of 5. And it'll be second down. We'll see what kind of adjustments each team has made here at halftime, but obviously the Titans have more to adjust. We'll see if they can. Shotgun again for Cooper with Wilson to his left. And they'll Statue of Liberty it to Wilson, trying to get around the right side. Does. And gets up to the 25 before he is hit and tackled. Another gain of about 3. It'll set up a short 3rd and 2.
Showing a little speed right there, getting to the edge.
Pair of running plays to start off this second half. As the Titans would like, obviously, to have a long, sustained drive ending in points. Wilson in motion. Will go to the pistol formation. H back to the right and twins to the right as well. Now man goes in motion to the left, and I think that they got the Trojans to jump off sides there. I'm not sure what they did. I mean, it was just a man going in motion, but apparently it was enough to get him to lean across the line, and that'll give the Titans a free first down. That's about time. Turnabout's fair play, huh? As Baggett was the one going in motion. Grant McAfee in. Split out to the right side, right behind Russo, as they go with twins on either side. Cooper back to throw, looking right side, throwing right side, and it is caught. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did. Russo with a terrific catch going up that far sideline.
Very nice.
Caught it, went right out of bounds near midfield.
That's what needs to happen right there. Take all the attention off Cardell right now and spread that ball around.
First and 10, Titans from their own 49, just shy of the midfield stripe. Again, twins on either side. This time a more traditional twins with 2 slots and 2 wideouts. Pistol, and it is run pass option. It's going to be a pass left side, intercepted, picked off by McCullough of the Trojans. 3rd pick of the game for Sammy Cooper.
Well, I tell you what, right there looked like he really forced that ball.
I was just going to say.
He had Cardell sitting underneath, wide open.
Oh, he was open, and he there were 2 problems with that. First of all, he took his job with Western Union too seriously. That is to say, he completely telegraphed what he was going to do. I mean, when he went out, I mean, yeah, it was a run-pass option. He did a little play fake. But as soon as he came out of it, he was looking right at Cardell. Never took his eyes off of Trevor. And then the other thing he did was try to throw a little finesse pass. And in a situation like that, you know, the defender was in between him and the receiver. You can't get it through him when you're throwing a little, you know, a soft touch pass like that. As on the first down play, a run. And Carey gets the call, and he'll pick up about 3. Somebody lost a helmet. That was Force. He'll come out for a play. Pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7. So 3 turnovers for the Titans. And in a couple of situations, it did really hurt them on a drive where they looked like they maybe were starting to get something going. Hall give, Neal had a little bit of a hole on the left side. It was closed down pretty quickly. Good job by Myers to grab him and hang on, but he still picked up about 3. It'll be 3rd down and 4. We'll see if the Titans do a better job of adjusting to a quicker pace by the Trojans as they come up to the line quickly but look over to the sideline for the play. Just underway second half, excuse me. Titans down 12-0 and have turned the ball over on their first possession. Neal, and he'll get 2, but he's going to be shy of the first down by about 2, getting to the 40. They need to get to the 40 or 38 of the Titans. And I believe they felt that play the whole time was designed to be in 4-down territory.
Yeah, and I tell you, Josh is pretty confident in his offense right now. He's not afraid to. Nope, he did. Yeah, he did. He's going out now.
So it'll be a 4th down play, empty backfield. Now, how is that guy able to go across the he was offsides, the play on the far side as they give for the jet sweep. Noel trying to get around the end. He's going to, but this is going to come back. There's a flag down. Now there's a second flag down. This may end up being offsetting. Obviously, the Titans coaching staff not happy. I believe they're going to call a late hit, but I think there was also a hold in the backfield. But they're talking about it. So let's see the call. Holding against the Trojans. I think that's the only call they're making. Unless he's... Because he didn't give a second one. There was definitely a second flag. Came out late. So holding against the Trojans. It's a spot foul, obviously, and the flag is down at about the 43, which is about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, making it essentially a 14-yard penalty.
Now here comes the personal foul.
And yeah, there is the personal foul. So they're going to mark both of them off, I guess. So they are enforcing both penalties, and it should still be 4th down. Now, there is no way they're going to give them a first down out of this, I think. They are. But that doesn't seem right because, like I said, where that flag was, well, it is what it is. It's a weird way to do it anyway because normally, I mean, in most football, when you have offsetting penalties like that, they just, offset and you replay the down. But in this case, instead of offsetting penalties, they enforced both penalties. Right. And because of it.
Because one was 5 and the other was 15, is that correct?
Yes. Well, no, one was 10. It was a holding. 10. And the other was 15, but it was at the point of the foul. Samborski with the toss. He's hit and tackled as he gets up to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. I still don't really get that. I also thought that it was that call on the sideline. That was a pretty close call as far as they called a illegal hit out of bounds. Hall throws right side. He's got a man. It pops up in the air and is intercepted. Picked off by the Titans. Hit and tackled at the 6-yard line as coming over is Glasgow from the linebacker position. It turned out to be a tip drill. He wasn't on the coverage. He just came over and picked up the ball.
Very nice. Man, this is a game of turnovers, isn't it?
It has been. And I tell you what, he just laid that up there. It was pretty good coverage.
And once again, it was tipped.
Yeah. So that kind of a mirror situation. The Titans earlier had gotten a turnover. I think they're going to do the water break now too. The Titans had gotten a turnover back in the first quarter with the ball in the 21 and promptly handed it right back to the Trojans. Well, this is kind of a similar situation as the Titans turned it over, and now the Trojans give it back.
That's the tough thing for the Titans. Their turnovers are not very good field position.
Nope. They're going to have it on their own. And what was interesting, too, is that if he could have stayed in the end zone for a touchback. Now, I know, first of all, it can be difficult to really know exactly where you are in a play like that. And if you go out of the end zone and then go back in, it would be a safety, so you don't want to do that. But when he caught the ball, he was in the end zone. So if he had just gone down, we would have had the ball at the 20.
I don't think he knew where he was at.
I don't think so. But on the other hand, the other thing, too, is that, you have this tendency to want to, to think that you can run it back a long way, too, even though really he shouldn't have thought that because there was a Trojan right there. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 6. Cooper, run pass option, gives it to Wilson. A nice little spin move. Gets around the outside, and he's got some running room across the 15-20 and up to the 21, maybe 22. Nice running.
That helps.
From Taylor Wilson. And a nice little spin move there to escape the initial contact.
I didn't remember seeing that burst of speed last year. But you know what, though? I did see him on the track team this year, and that I believe that helped him a great deal.
Taught him how to run, did they?
I believe they did.
Pistol formation, twins on either side, and some breathing room for the Titans from their own 22, and they'll give it to Wilson again. Left side, breaks one tackle, gets across, and he's pushed out of bounds as he gets up to about the 29. It'll be a pickup of 8 and 2nd and 2. And I tell you what, Taylor Wilson has been responsible for all but really one of the biggest plays they've had so far in this game. Both catching and running the football.
And I don't think Trevor has had a catch yet, has he?
Cardell, yeah.
He's had one?
Early on. First pass was to him, remember?
Yep.
And it's up the middle, and this time Wilson ran into his own blocker. That was kind of a broken play to start with. It was intended to go up the middle, but there was just too much contact before he ever got there. I think Donahoe got in his way, as it turned out, trying to be a lead blocker. So no gain, maybe a loss. It's about the same, so it'll be 3rd down and 4. Ball's at the 28. They need to get to the 32. They split a pair out on either side with one receiver behind the other, both on the right side. One man to the left, empty backfield. And, yeah.
Right guard.
Halterman stood up just a little early. And that'll cost the Titans 5 yards and turn a 3rd and 4 into a 3rd and 9. So do we know what the Dolphins want Evan for?
Guard center.
But to play immediately, or is he gonna?
He's on the 53-man roster.
Good for him.
Yes.
Titans spread out 4 to the right side here on 3rd down and long. Cooper throws, it's caught, and it'll be a first down and more. Hit and tackled is McAfee. They lose the football, but drop back on it. Across midfield at about the 49, 1st and 10. Boy, McAfee he's a load, isn't he? Big, tall guy.
He is junior, 6'4", 195.
Lost the football, but they recovered it. And the Titans on the move. They give to Wilson up the middle. Big hole. He breaks the tackle, cuts to the right side, inside the 30, 25-20. One man to beat. He does beat him inside the 10.
I like the way he runs.
And out of bounds right around the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Titans.
He is not afraid to cut it back inside.
Not at all. Doesn't mind the contact. And a nice long run, about 30 yards or so for Wilson.
He very easily could have ran out of bounds
there.
And then he gained another 15
yards or so.
Yeah, something. Yeah, you're right. More 15.
Comes out for a play as Surratt is in on the play, 1st and goal from the 9. Cooper. And now we're going to get a timeout, I believe.
Delay game?
Oh, no, it's down to 0. And, yeah, they do call him for delay. You know, there have been I realize, of course, it is the first game of the year, but there have been a lot of times where you notice in that they tried to do some substitutions, and the players, you know, somewhat like, you know, you had Baggett over there looking back like, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't know that they really have quite gotten up to speed yet.
Right.
So it'll be 1st and goal now from the 14. They go pistol. Surratt will get the call up the middle. Big hole. No, they throw it, on the play action, and it is caught. Big hit, bounced right off of it. Was Donahoe, and he goes into about the 6-yard line.
I tell you what, you give that ball, he walks in. Not unless they read that.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, the original fake, which was to Surratt, he looked like he had free sailing in, but he didn't have the ball, as it turned out. It was a nice play fake by Cooper, but like you said, I don't think that it was it was because they knew he didn't have the ball that he had that big hole. He just had that big hole. Stays in. Maybe they'll try it this play. Now, again, they do give it to Surratt up the middle, down inside the 5, down to about the 1. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. It looks like they've got him marked down. Let's see if they go to a jumbo set this time. Looks like they are. That package where you have 3 sort of linebackers / linemen lined up as running backs to the right side. No, they don't. They go instead. What are we doing here? They blew the play dead, but why?
Hey,
there's a flag. No, they're going to pick the flag up. It was not a delay of game.
No, they called a timeout.
They called a timeout, but it wasn't. But they didn't.
It was nowhere close to a delay.
Yeah, it was like 15 seconds left on the play clock. They didn't have to call the timeout.
No, it sounded like there was confusion.
Yeah. I don't know what. But I don't know why they threw the flag down. And, of course, they did pick it up anyway. So here's the question, since we have the chance to speculate, you and I. You don't make it here. You got to go for it.
You got to.
I mean, down 12-0. Yeah, it could be 4 field goals, but I mean, you really want to make sure you get points, but at the same time, I mean, the hope is that you can score. So far, the Titans have done pretty well on short yardage type situations, and you think that they ought to be able to get 2 yards, but it's just an interesting speculation if they don't.
Right.
I don't know. I'd go for it.
And their jumbo package is a little different than they got 2.
2 linemen. It's going to be Cooper running right side. He's hit. He's still pushing forward. He's going to be stopped. Got to the 1. but not inside, so we're going to have that discussion now. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
And Sammy right there needs to pick up his speed, too, because by the time he got there, the blockers were already upfield, and they're left alleys there.
There's a Park Hill player down and injured, so it looks like the Titans are going to have a chance to think about this. Boy, they tried to pull him over, and he went right back down. I can't see who it is. He's on his back, so I can't see the number. Training staff goes out. I mean, first of all, they're now to the 1. That play did get them a yard. I think you have to go for it here. The one thing you can think is that even if you don't get it, they have the ball on the 1-yard line, but unless something really bad happens, like a bad snap or something, but
They got to find a way to get this thing in the end zone.
3:36 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Titans have yet to score in the 2019 season yet. Trailing 12-0 against the Park Hill Trojans here on opening night. Boy, not putting any weight at all on that left leg. It's Anthony Reyes, I don't know, R-E-Y-E-S. He's hopping off. Definitely some sort of a knee or ankle issue, you'd think. He's their one of their cornerbacks. It shouldn't make any difference for this play, but it may make a difference in the future. The Titans are going for it. Same formation. They do have Donahoe in the backfield in the pistol behind Cooper, and it's going to be following Cooper into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Titans. Sammy Cooper.
Did a much better job of getting to the line of scrimmage as soon as the ball was snapped.
It was more of a hurry, more patience, but he also did a good job and a great lead block by Cody Donahoe. He just followed him right in. And I don't think he was touched by the time he got into the end zone. He only had a yard to get, but he got it.
He did.
And so the Titans on the board. They cut the lead in half, 12-6. The extra point still to come. As Cardell comes out to hold, and Cole Stewart for his first extra point attempt. Left-footed kicker. Snap is low. Cardell puts it down. The kick is blocked. So neither team have managed to get an extra point in this game.
And the ball was a little low. Might have hit the ground there today.
It rolled in. Cardell did a good job to even get it down at all, but by the time he did, the penetration was there, and Stewart couldn't get it up over the pressure that had gotten there. So it just turns out to be a lead in half. 12-6 our score. 3:30 left to go, 3rd quarter. We'll take a break and come back with more after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage. 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out here to Preston Field. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, Lee Summit West, and Park Hill. Titans and Trojans. Trojans on top 12-6 with 18 points all off of turnovers. For both teams, all the points have been turnover points. Stewart's kick is bouncing out of bounds. So 35-yard line for the Trojans. That is not what you wanted to do.
No, it's not.
3:30 left to go. So, the Trojans with 12 points off of turnovers, and now the Titans go 94 yards after the Glasgow pick. and cap it off with a 1-yard Sammy Cooper touchdown run. This has been a sloppy game.
Very sloppy.
Both sides of the ball. I mean, it's the first game of the year.
You can tell.
And it's funny, though. I was just thinking in my head, I was thinking to myself, you know what? Come Thanksgiving weekend, if either one of these two teams is playing for a Class 6 title, you'd have to think back to this game and say to yourself, boy, I never thought they'd do
saw
that.
that coming.
Based on what we've seen so far. But it's a long season.
It is.
And they're both good teams. They aren't showing it quite yet. So on the kickoff out of bounds, 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 35. They're replacing a football for some reason. Guess it got a little wet or something. I don't know. Haven't had any problem with rain so far, knock on wood.
No kidding. Beautiful, beautiful night for football.
And it wasn't that trick play where the center says, I need a new ball, and then hands it back to the quarterback.
No doubt.
Hall in the shotgun, and on the play fake throws over the middle. Sam Borgsky with the catch on that slant route. It'll be good for about 16 yards up to the Titan 49. So one play and into Titan territory. That was a play where Evan Samborski has been able to get open on that slant route all game long. Give up the middle, Neal, and a big hole again up the middle. Boy, I tell you what.
That up-tempo.
Another 16-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the Titan 32. And, after scoring their first points of the game, the defense, you'd think they'd get a big boost out of it.
Right.
Giving up 2 straight 16-point gains.
They're not handling the hurry-up offense right now.
Hall has Carey in the backfield with him. He'll switch over to the right side. Neal is an H-back out on the left. Samborski in the slot on the right. The give to Carey looking left side. And a good job defensively by the Titans. Close up any hole. And no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
You know what we need right here? Big turnover.
I don't know how you can say that when there has only been 5 turnovers in the game so far. I haven't seen a fumble yet. I mean, we've seen some muff punts kicks, but they've always gotten them before it came out. What I mean is we haven't had a turnover on a fumble yet.
Right.
2nd down. Twins on the left, 1 on the right. The give to Neal, trying to get around the right side. He was hit, lost his balance, and I think his own lineman took him down.
I think he did.
Smith, the right tackle. I think he was trying to help him up, because he was losing his balance, and he reached over to grab him. I think he was trying to get him, but in reality, what he actually did was knock him down.
Right.
So it'll be 3rd down, loss of about 4. 3rd down. They may be in 4-down territory with the ball on the 36. The 1st down markers at the 22. They do still have the 6-point lead, the Trojans at 12-6. Late in the 3rd quarter. Boy, almost went off sides again.
Yes, both of them.
Cam Carswell coming up for the rush. As his speed rush comes over, they throw over the middle. It is caught Noel, trying to go across the field, and a nice little open field tackle that time by Cahill to keep it from being a 1st down, but it'll set up a 4th and about 3 or 4.
That was a generous spot right there.
Yeah, it really was. They gave him forward progress, but he voluntarily went backwards. And so I think, like you said, I think they gave him about 2 yards he didn't deserve, but it's still 4th and about 3. And they're going for it here. I guess not a whole lot of faith in the kicker, which I guess makes sense. Back to throw. Hall throwing right side, and it is a caught Noel, and he's knocked out of bounds. Cahill went for the breakup, tried to get his arm in there, and a good strong hands for Noel to just basically fight him off.
He did. Very, very nice job there.
Half a minute to go here in the quarter. Trojans leading 12-6 and threatening. It's 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line. But they've dropped the stick, so it's a 1st and goal, not a 1st and 10. Pistol formation with Twins on the left. One man in the slot, low snap. He did a good job of fielding it, and then carry with the carry up the left tackle area. He lost his footing as he got inside the 10 down to about the 6. We'll see where they mark him down. They actually marked him down at the 7, and that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So we've got 12 minutes of football left to go up here at Preston Field in the Northland. Can the Titans turn it around and come back? They get at least halfway there. 12-6 is our score. 4th quarter coming up after this on Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started.
Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Welcome back out here to Park Hill in Kansas City North, Preston Field. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain.
Yeah, yes. Beautiful night.
Lee Summit West and Park Hill, and the Trojans on top of the Titans. Not only is it 12-6, but they're also threatening 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Now, the Titans were able to come up with a big stop early on in the game in a situation like this. It eventually was 4th down and goal, and the Titans benefited from a drop pass, but did stop them at about the 5.
They did.
They need something again here. Hall from the shotgun. He'll give it to Neal going right side. He cuts inside into the end zone. Waiting for the indication. Touchdown. Touchdown for the Trojans. 7-yard carry for Neal. And it is 18-6 with some sort of conversion to come.
I think they're going to go for one.
They're going to. They got the kicker out there. At this point, why not? That's always one of those tough things when you miss an extra point early. It feels like you chase it the rest of the game. So Pella is out to try and convert. It would be the first extra point of the season. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 5 seconds into the 4th quarter. The Trojans retake the 2-score lead. 19-6 is our score. Back with the kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and KC Cryo in Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. KC Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at KC Cryo and Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
Welcome back out to Preston Field here in Kansas City North. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Bain. Lee Summit West and Park Hill. Trojans on top of the Titans 19-6. 5 seconds into the 4th quarter. Titans with their first scoring drive of the season, and it was a 94-yard drive. We'll see if they can build on that offensively. As the kick from Pella, and it's going to be fielded by the Titans, it's loose, and it looks like the Trojans picked it up. They did. Boy, that one, it just died in the corner.
They were second-guessing themselves of jumping out on the ball or letting it roll out.
Well, that was the thing, is that, the Titans literally just did that the last kick, kicked it out of bounds in almost the same exact position, but the difference was that Stewart's kick hit the ground and bounced out of bounds. Pellet's kick just hit the ground and died there.
Bounced straight up.
And by the time a Titan player tried to fall on it, he wasn't able to do so. There was contact, and so, boy, that is about the worst thing that could happen for the Titans. After giving up the score, they now give the Trojans the ball on the Titan 16-yard line. Right after they scored, and now their defense is going to be really big called on for a stop here. As Hall rolls right, throws over the middle, in and out of the hands. A second interception right in the hands of the linebacker Peck. And I tell you what, Carson just, boy, he's had two gifts that he wasn't able to. We know why he's not a receiver now. Did a good job of breaking up the play.
Very good.
But boy, could they have used that turnover. Is there a flag on the play?
Flag on the Titans?
No, it's an ineligible receiver downfield against the Trojans. They are going to take the penalty, so it'll be a first down and 15 with the ball back out at about the 21-yard line. So Trojans on the line, pistol formation. Carey will get the call up the middle, huge hole. Peck able to get an arm on him, and then he's finished off by the safety Grace. But a pretty good gain on the play. It'll set up a second down and about 5, pickup of around 10 on the play. Too big of a hole.
Too big of a hole.
Kneel in with Carey in the H-back position on the left. Oh, low snap, and falling on the play is Hall.
Smart on Hall's part.
Oh, yeah,
there.
very. It'll set up a 3rd and long, but at least they maintain possession.
Right.
3rd down, about 15 or so. Be really 14. We'll call it 15.
Call it 15. John.
At the 21. It's right around the 20. I do always find it funny that, in high school and college for that matter, once you're down, you're down.
Yeah.
And yet they always still come over and touch them anyway.
Joel, I tell you what, they did take care of us up here in the press box with these nice chairs. Backs won't stay in. Thanks again, Mark.
Ow, my tongue. Looks like
water break?
No, it's a timeout called by the Trojans. Trying to figure out what they want to do here on this
3rd down.
3rd down and long play.
I think they go to the air for sure.
They probably do, but if I'm,
do you hit the quick slant? Or
I was just gonna say I do something that isn't gonna end up in a turnover. Is what I'm
right.
Because they have been susceptible to it just as we have.
Uh-huh.
And if you think back to it, Coble got a relatively early start as a quarterback. I think he was playing when he was a sophomore.
Yeah, I brought him up as a freshman.
Yeah,
and he was a backup for.
But he was a backup. But I'm saying he took over
as a sophomore. Yes.
And I recall, as a sophomore, him making some interesting choices that led to turnovers.
No,
so it's not. I mean, the fact that Sammy's thrown 3 interceptions is not good, but it's also not something that you need to panic about either.
Right.
They'll be learning experiences, hopefully. All right, after the timeout, Hall takes the snap, looks to the left side. He's getting rushed. He is hit, gets around it, throws incomplete. Really threw it away. Samborski was over in the area.
I'll tell you what, he was close to crossing the line of scrimmage here, too.
I wonder if looks like they're going to bring the field goal unit out. Try and make it 22-6. It'll be a 37-yarder after Pella converted for the first time on an extra point. Missed one earlier. From just inside the left hash mark. Right-footed kicker, the backup. We get a whistle. Is it a timeout?
Delay game.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is going to be delay.
5 yards.
Boy, that turns a 37-yarder into a 42-yarder. I don't know if he's got the leg for that or not, although they're leaving him on at the moment. Interesting.
It is.
Yeah. And again.
And very confident of just marching back 5 yards and putting it down. So.
But still something to cause gray hair and no hair for coaches. Again, just inside the left hash mark. Snap back, ball down, kick up high. It's got the leg.
No.
And he missed it to the right. It did have the distance, but it was just a little bit wide to hit to the left. It depends on which way you're looking at it, obviously. And so the Titans do catch a break after the turnover, after the touchdown. Their defense does step up. They don't get the turnover, but they at least keep them from getting on the scoreboard. So with 10:18 left to go here in the third quarter, they down by a pair of scores, but still in the game.
They are. Now just sitting here watching Sterling game plan here. The next set of plays that is going to run, and who's going to touch the ball?
Ready to dip into the bag of tricks yet?
That's getting pretty close.
Give to Wilson, trying the left side. He'll get around the corner and forced out of bounds, but not before a gain of about 7 on the play. They'll mark him out of bounds, looks like at the 27-yard line. 2nd and a long 3 from there. And again, a give Wilson. This time cuts inside.
Man.
Boy, one man to beat, and it would have been a long one.
He was gone.
But he did manage to fall forward for a pretty good gain. That should be good for a first down, but it looks
like it.
Yeah, it's close. You remember last year?
Is there a flag?
Yeah, there is. Holding on the Titans. Flag is back at the 26. So that'll drop them back to the 16 and turn a first down into a 2nd down and long. Boy, drive killer there. I didn't see the hold.
I didn't either. Had to be on the edge up there, though.
I would imagine. I would say that at least as far as Sterling is concerned, they think they found a weapon in Mr. Wilson, it looks like. See what they do on 2nd and long here. Cardell's in the slot on the right side. They will throw right side. It is caught Donahoe, and he unfortunately stumbled after making a pretty athletic catch. He couldn't regain his balance. He stepped forward about 3 or 4 yards to the 24.
Yeah, but Cardell was stuck out there to block 2 guys, too.
Yeah. Well, it created an opening, and Donahoe coming from the H-back position was open. They were trying to set up a screen, and unfortunately Cooper was pressured enough that he couldn't get an especially accurate pass off. It was good enough.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the Trojans have done a great job of bringing a guy off the edge and honoring QB.
Empty backfield for Cooper here. 3rd down, about 7. Looking left, throwing. It is incomplete. Boy, he threw into triple coverage. Looking over there at Baggett. And it'll be a punting situation for the Titans. So, the defense comes up with the big stop, and the offense looked like they were going to start driving, but unfortunately that holding call just killed the drive. They had a first down in 2 plays. Would have, but that holding call killed it. Cooper standing at his 10. Good snap. And he gets a decent kick in this time with the wind at his back. Fair catch called for and just made at the 43-yard line by Gathright. Boy, he just about let that ball get to the turf.
He sure did.
As he was trying to catch it, he sort of misjudged where it was going to come down, and it came down just about a half a yard in front of him, more so than he wanted.
And another thing on that, Fair caught it.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he caught it, looked like he was taking off.
Well,
where do you throw the flag?
No, the reason why that was
okay.
You think it threw him
off balance?
Yeah, is he went forward to try and catch the ball, and he, it just his momentum kept him going forward.
All right, Joel, I'll give you that one.
So we'll see if the defense can build on the stand. As the give is to Neal, looking the right side, a good job.
Played well.
Coming off of that block, a good job by Hammond from the strong safety position to force him inside, and then he got a little help. It was a gain of 2, but could have been a lot more. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Clock becoming a bit of a factor here, though. It is a 2-score game.
Well, it looks like they've moved Hammond to outside linebacker.
Yeah. That's sort of the position he's playing. It's carry up the middle, another huge hole and a first down and more. As this time the safety Grace. Really, it's Grace that's playing that strong safety position, and Hammond is taking over an outside linebacker position. And there have been way too many times in this game that hole up the middle has been there. for carry on that exact play. It's just unfortunate, but it's happening. It seems to happen a lot on 2nd and long. Have you noticed that?
It sure has.
Here's a give to Neal again, going off right tackle. This time he's got some yardage, 5 or so to the 37 of the Titans. And it'll be 2nd down from there. And, we're already getting to the point now where the Titans certainly cannot afford to give up any more scores. And with the clock running at 7:45 left to go, the defense can't even really give up too many more first downs. At least not without getting a turnover, if they want to have a chance to come back in this game. Hall from the pistol. He'll give it to Neal. Stops and starts. Found a hole, and he'll get a first down. Fredrickson stood him up, and then it was taken down. But inside the Titan 30 down to the 28, maybe 27, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans, and they're already in range for a potential field goal try based on their last try. He had the leg for it, he just missed it. But
I think Coach Hood is coaching to run that clock down.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you? You're up by 2 scores. Titans do have 4 down linemen now, 4 guys with their hands on the turf. On 1st and 10, Neal to the left. He'll get the give going right side, and he's hitting tackled right as he got to the line of scrimmage. Falls forward to the 26. It'll be a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Under 7 minutes and counting. Carry up the middle.
I would say that's a good bet, Joe.
We'll see what kind of formation they come out with. To start with, they've kind of got a pistol going. But nope, now they are going to move Neal up to the H-back and Carey to the left. So we'll see if they go up the middle. They do go to Carey, and he does go up the middle, and he gets yardage.
I believe they got a holding right there.
There is a
coming from the white hat.
Yeah, there is a flag down, and it is a hold. So that was one of those situations. The play was designed to go to the right side. There was a hole up the middle, and he did cut up to it and took advantage of it, but there was a hold. And so we'll see if it kills their drive like it killed ours. That should take him back to the 39-yard line and set up a 2nd down and about 21, 22 or so. Now the clock will continue to be a factor. We've got half a quarter to go, 6:16. The Titans have shown the ability to gain chunks of yardage at times. So they could conceivably get a couple of scores in the 6 minutes. Hall gives to Carey up the middle. Another big hole. They did a good job at least catching him at the 2nd level. But he got a quick 7-8 yards.
There was your 2nd down up the middle.
Yeah. They actually did a better job of defending that than they had. Instead of getting 15 yards, they got about 8. But you still hope to get a little better.
Right.
So it'll be 3rd and long here. I would imagine they're out of field goal range right now. So they're probably in 4-down territory. depending on what they do on this down. Although if I'm them, if I gain nothing on this play, is they're going to call a timeout here as they're letting the clock go down to 1 second on the play clock. 5:13 on the game clock as the Trojans burn their second timeout. They have one left. The Titans have two, in case you're wondering. So if I are they.
Yes,
that's correct, actually.
I believe you.
If they get nothing, I would actually punt from here.
And try to pin them?
Well, yeah, why not?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're up by 2 scores. You know, going for it on 3rd and 16 would be, you know, and even though.
Unless you would take a shot for the end zone.
Well, you can, but even then, like I said, you know, why give them the extra 16 yards? You know, even if you end up kicking it into the end zone and they have to start at the 20, that's better than the, 34 that you're at right now. But more importantly, you have a chance, to just do a little pooch kick. And we haven't exactly shown great, ability on the punt returns or anything like that. There's as much of a chance somebody will muff it as it is that they'll return it for a touchdown or something like that, or a big long return. So, and in a situation like that, all you're putting a lot of height under it, or you're going for a sideline kick. That to me, that the upside of that is way bigger than the potential downside of going for it on 4th down.
It is. Why is this timeout taking so long?
I don't know. Unless they are combining the water break.
Oh.
Or maybe, I don't know,
Yeah,
right now.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because here comes out the water
Yeah.
bottles. Well, the officials are taking a water break right now. Kids aren't. Like a scene out of The Water Boy.
I think Josh Hood is down here thinking the same thing we are. He's looking at the official, talking to the official. He goes, it's 9:30.
Remember that scene in The Water Boy? Timeout on the field. Got the referee a glass of water. What would you do as a coach?
Oh, jeez.
3rd down and long. Back to throw Hall throwing for Samborski. Makes the catch over the middle. Gets inside the 30 down to probably about the 27, but it's going to be a 4th and 10. Now, they could go for the field goal here, maybe about a 45-yarder. It looks to me like they're just keeping the offense on and they're going to go for it at 4th and 10. And again,
here they come.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But they're bringing the field goal unit on, not the punting unit, although he could still do a, they could do a pooch kick or whatever. The guy with the holder, by the way, is Heinrichsen, who is their backup quarterback. So Pella, this would be a 44-yard attempt from right in the middle of the field. Snap back, ball down. He does kick it high. Will it be long enough? No. It was short by about maybe 2-3 yards. I mean, it hit the ground right at the goal line. But of course, you got to be 10 feet when you get to the goal line.
And that was smart on their part because now the ball goes to the 20.
The 20. Yeah, like I said, it's no different than that. I still would have punted it though. I mean, I guess you could make the argument. I want to see what kind of leg my kicker has. Although he was kicking into the wind, that's the other thing about it. Which again even makes it more likely you might be able to pin him back with a punt. So Cooper out, empty backfield. Now Wilson comes back to his left. On 1st and 10 from the 20. Back to throw is Cooper. He'll throw it and incomplete. Oh, boy. A bit of a late play there by Riker to throw. I mean, in that it was clear, obvious that he didn't have the ball. It was an incomplete pass, and Cooper, I think, was just getting rid of that.
Little trivia for you, Joel.
Okay.
When's the last time the Park Hill Trojans beat Lee Summit West Titans?
I don't know.
2005.
Okay.
First 2 years we played them.
You remember?
They beat us.
You remember that, huh?
Hell yes. And one of their assistant coaches and I were up here talking about that too. And he goes, "Yeah, that's been the talk of the locker room."
Pistol formation, handoff to Wilson. He dropped the football.
Fumble.
Had to fall on it. Did fall on it. but is back at the 11-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 19. Now, they are in 4-down territory, one would think, with the under 4 minutes left to go and down by 2 scores. But they need to get to the 30, and the ball's on about the 11. Yeah, they put it closer to the 12. So, sigh of relief, it's only 3rd and 18 instead of 3rd and 19.
Confusion.
4 guys on the left. Cooper getting a rush, steps up. He's going to get hit and tackled and for a loss, sacked at about the 8. And it'll be 4th down and 22. Do you bother to go for it here?
No.
They bring out. The punt unit comes in.
All right, so put yourself into Coach Hood's shoes.
Fair catch.
Fair catch, but also do you milk it the rest of the game?
Absolutely. Just run the ball.
I mean, victory even possibly. How many timeouts?
We've got 2.
We've got 2. They got.
It's 1. A little early for that, possibly.
High
snap! What a great job by Cooper to get it down.
Punt.
Bad punt, but I mean, I can't blame him for that. He had to leap up. The ball's down at the 32-yard line, but the fact that he even got that was a safety.
Yeah.
Is if he doesn't. He's got a way better vertical leap than I do, and I tell you what, if he doesn't have that, then that's a safety. Not that it would make any difference other than making the score look a lot better, 21-6.
No doubt.
But like you said, it's a pathetic punt. But the fact that he got it, I mean, because with the high snap after having to make the catch, he had to get it off quickly. Mm-hmm. I kudos to him for even getting the punt off at all. Although in that scenario, might have been better for him to go for it.
Very true.
Not in the victory formation. They hand off Neal. Tries to go up the middle. Gains about 2 to the 31. It'll be 2nd down. Clock running with 2:30 left to go. We'll see when and if the Titans decide to use timeouts. Here's a trivia question for you.
All right.
When was the last time the Titans were 0-1?
2004.
Has it been that long? They haven't lost an opener since then? Give is to carry up the middle. Again, that big hole. He'll get a 1st down inside the 20 down to the 15. Titan player slow in getting up. That's Force. He's walking a little gingerly. Seems to be walking it off. And it looks like the Titans aren't going to bother calling their timeout, so now you could do the victory thing if you're Coach Hood.
Yeah.
And that would be the sportsmanlike thing to do at this point. Once you see that the Titans are not going to bother calling timeout, that's when you really should bring your team in and do the victory thing that they're not. It is going to be a hand up the middle. Oh, boy. Another big hole up the middle as Carey gets it down inside the 10 to around the 6.
So now is he thinking about numbers for districts?
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah. It's 19-6, so he's already got the 13-point lead, which means it doesn't make any difference.
I think he is. He's already put his headset up.
But it doesn't, I mean, again, winning by more than 13 makes no difference. Clock's going down to 50.
Joel, does this mean with Mark not here, it's going to be a short post game?
Well, I don't think it makes any difference whether Mark's here or not. I think it was going to be a short post game. Give to Neal. Hit gets inside the 5 down to about the 4.
Don't have to run another play.
30 seconds. Well, they're going to have to move the chains. And nope, they don't need to run another play. That's going to be it. Clock running down from under 20 seconds, but they're not going to snap it again. And for the first time in as long as I can remember, the Lee Summit West Titans dropped their opener for the season. 19-6 the final against the Park Hill Trojans. Not exactly the outcome you were hoping for.
No, it wasn't.
We will take a quick break and come back to wrap things up after this on Titan Football, presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Cryotherapy is an amazing recovery tool for athletes at all levels, and KC Cryo in Lee Summit has the latest technology for athletes to recover in a quick and natural way. 3 minutes and a state-of-the-art nitrogen-cooled cryo chamber helps aid muscle soreness, joint pain, raises energy levels, and more. KC Cryo also offers Normatec compression therapy, which massages sore muscles and joints to get toxins and lactic acid flushed out. Recover quicker at KC Cryo in Lee Summit, just off 50 Highway between Chipman and 3rd, next to Genesis.
Welcome back out here to Preston Field. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bay, Lee Summit West, and Park Hill, and the Trojans defeat the Titans 19-6 the final in the opener for the 2019 football season. And so the Titans dropping to 0-1 on the young year. Park Hill 1-0, but really a sloppy game on both sides. And I tell you what, Jeff Driscoll is probably not an especially happy camper right now as a coach on this team, but I bet you this is in the past when he used to have to come talk to you after the games were over for the I don't think either one of you were looking forward to that conversation on a game like this one.
Oh, no, not at all.
Of course, there weren't a whole lot of games like this one.
No, there wasn't, but you know what? Like I've told you, we were blessed. We were blessed with having a great coaching staff. We were blessed with having great players. And I'm not saying that Vinny doesn't have a great coaching staff. He does. I'm not saying he doesn't have great players. It's just they met a team that made a few less mistakes tonight. And then they capitalized on a couple of the interceptions.
They did. I mean, well, every point in this game was off a turnover, except was their last score? I forget. It may have been, it may not have been. I'm not really sure. But regardless, like you said, there were too many turnovers, and but it was it looked like a first game of the season.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of their coaches through the windows here, and they're like, first one.
They're happy.
The first one.
Got some scores for you. Blue Springs on top of William Chrisman, 34-13 in the third quarter there. Let's see what else we got. Pembroke Hill, 31-6 over El Dorado Springs. That's a final. Ray South beating Fort Osage, 6-0 the final in that game.
Big win for Nick Atkins and his crew.
Kearney, 34-14 on top of Harrisonville in the fourth quarter there. Center beats KC Central 59-0 the final. Lee Summit North, Liberty North. Bad news for the Broncos, 23-21 the final in that game with Liberty North.
Liberty North, Greg Jones. Jones, man, that's big for him.
Looks like this is not going to be a banner day for the Lee Summit School District. Lee Summit High School losing to Liberty 17-12.
Wow.
The final in that game, so a shutout for Lee Summit District teams. They all go 0-1 on the young season. How about that?
Wow.
Who would have figured that was going to be the case going in?
I believe a lot of preseason polls had Broncos and Titans up there pretty high.
Yeah.
But granted, so is Liberty North, and also Park Hill.
North Kansas City 24-8 over Grandview in the fourth. Ray-Pec ends up beating Park Hill South 35-0, the final in that game.
Little running clock for Tom Cruise.
Let's see, Blue Springs South on top of Raytown 21-17, but that game's still in the fourth quarter. Rockhurst has come back on Columbia Rockbridge. They're leading now with 2 minutes left to go, 16-7 over Rockbridge. Moberly and Sedalia Smith Cotton, it's now 35-28. Boy, Sedalia Smith Cotton coming back in that one, aren't they?
Man, I tell you what, Joel, look out there. Look how much they're celebrating. They're celebrating.
Yeah. Oh, they
like
were very happy.
Won the state championship.
19-14, Boonville wins, by the way.
19-14.
That's a final.
Full alma mater coming through.
I knew you'd want to know. That's why
heck yes.
Kind of made sure you got that one. Let's see. Yeah, they really are, and it's good to see. Staley ends up beating Truman 42-7 in another future game. Do we know who we play next week?
Oh, jeez.
Let's see if I can look it up.
Do that one on me.
We still have congratulations going out to Mark Files. He is now officially a grandpa.
Grandpa after all this time.
Caroline Grace Stringberg.
Nice.
Has arrived.
After a long wait.
Congratulations, Allie. Congratulations, Grandpa Mark and Grandma Beth.
I just got a text from Coach Howard. The last time we lost a home opener was back in 2009 against Blue Springs.
Well, this wasn't a home opener.
No, an
opener, you mean? Okay.
Just the first game.
So 2009, wow. So that's still been a long, that's a decade.
Yeah.
10 years, so wow.
And then prior to that, it was 2004.
Also want to thank Ethan, our producer for tonight, having to step up with Grandpa Mark.
Hey, Mark, I believe he's a keeper.
Yeah. Here we go. Varsity schedule, Lee Summit West Titan football. We are playing Fort O in the home opener. Boy, so Fort O, they lost today. They were shut out.
To Ray South.
Yeah. So.
And then Liberty beating Lee Summit.
Yeah. So next week in Lee Summit West at home, the home opener against Fort Osage. Class 6 versus Class 5, but Fort O's always been a tough opponent.
They have.
I wish. I don't know if Mark's able or is he's obviously got other stuff going on because I don't know exactly what the story is for our home games coming up this year. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. But one way or another, we'll try and get something for you on 810varsity.com and also lswradio.com. We don't have post-game stats because we don't have stats for today.
No, we're celebrating a little baby.
We'll get stats next week as our EP is back in the fold, Grandpa. He just texted us that we're playing Fort O.
Oh, hey, thanks, Mark. We'll be on top of it, bud.
Hey, he's a grandpa. Leave him alone. They're slow.
A proud grandpa.
Yeah. That's the way it is, and he likes it. All right, so thanks to our producer, Ethan, and for Royce Bain, this is Joel Becker here from Preston Field in Park Hill. The Trojans defeating the Titans 19-6 in the opening game of the 2019 season. So join us next week. We'll see if we can't get on the winning track against Fort Osage at Titan Stadium. Joel Becker saying good night. This is Titan Football, a presentation of Back Porch Sports, Back Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.